Well, new reports are questioning the alleged ties between Dr. Anthony Fauci, the deep state, and top Democrat officials and donors. Here's One America's Christian Rose.
What was Dr. Fauci being told about the coronavirus by WHO and China?
Coronavirus fighter-in-chief Anthony Fauci is facing mounting criticism and a flurry of lawsuits over his latest handling of the Chinese virus. Several oversight groups, including Judicial Watch and the Informed Consent Action Network, are questioning Fauci's expertise and alleged communications with China. Meanwhile, new reports allege Fauci's ties to George Soros, Bill Gates and the Clintons, as well as other members of the Washington Swamp.
We have 30 FOIA requests, Freedom of Information Act requests, for materials from Dr. Fauci, people at HHS, CDC, the NIH.
And recently resurfaced pictures confirm what seems to be Fauci's strong connections to the deep state, as the so-called pandemic appears to take a political turn. One of the pictures, supposedly dating back to 2001, shows Fauci's meeting with Soros and the father of Bill Gates. Soros and Gates were recently named among the people behind so-called contact tracing policies, spearheaded by the Democrat-proposed bill H.R. 6666 in the House. For his part, Fauci has served as NIH director since 1984, remaining in office as various administrations came and went, which meets the definition of
the Deep State Department. If you don't mind, I'd like to have him go back and do his job. So does anybody have any question?
Speaking of which, pictures show Fauci having a friendly conversation with former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. In addition, Fauci and Deborah Birx allegedly have warm relations with other globalist and top Democrat figures, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Mike Bloomberg. This may explain why top Democrats repeatedly praised Fauci and other health bureaucrats to reinforce attacks on President Trump.
If he will quit calling it a hoax and actually let the experts do their job, I think that'll work out better.
President Trump, listen to Dr. Fauci. Follow science, not your ego.
While those same experts are changing their story in line with the Democrat Party's stance on COVID-19.
This is not a major threat for the people in the United States, and this is not something that the citizens of the United States right now should be worried about.
Come to Chinatown. Here we are. We're, again, careful, safe, and come join us.
But only a few weeks later, both Fauci and top Democrats changed their minds, saying the Chinese virus now poses danger and America must shut down to stop it, no matter the economic costs. And now Fauci appears to endorse the policies reportedly backed by Soros, Gates and the Clintons.
With good identification, isolation, and contact tracing will determine whether you can continue to go forward as you try to reopen America.
In this light, inconsistent messaging and questionable expertise are prompting mounting calls on President Trump to finally remove Fauci as America's top epidemiologist. But the president appears to be taking a more cautious approach to tackling the deep state to avoid instability in the face of quickly approaching elections. Christian Rose, One America News.